Greetings and welcome everybody to another segment of Logitech Gaming. I'm your host Logitech and I'm back again, my friends. So I want to apologize to everybody, pardon myself for not being around for a minute. Things have been a little hectic in my life with some things. I've had a couple of passions in the family, and I've also been working on some personal things for myself, some personal IPs and some things, trying to get some things copyrighted and trademarked for myself so I can try to move forward with some projects and things like that. So thank you guys for all the likes and comments on my past videos and everything, and the support. I really appreciate it. And the people that are subscribed, thank you very, very much. So I'm not going to hold you guys any longer with telling you about what's going on with me. So wanted to go ahead and get into some game talk with you guys here. So today's going to be a little different video. I'm not going to be doing any gameplay today per se. I'm going to be going over some update information over a game that I did cover on my channel some time ago, a game called Witchfire. Now, pardon me, guys. I haven't had a chance to really play Witchfire since the last times I've uploaded that information. And since then, they've done a lot of updates and everything with the game. I have been trying to keep up with that some on the side, but just haven't had a chance to actually get into it and actually give a run on some of the stuff they've been doing. But this crew is the Astronauts. Seem like to be a pretty decent crew. This game is decent from what I played before, and I have had a chance to play it since these new updates, since the Ghost-Galleon-Update is out, because I wanted to try it before I actually gave a overview of it, so I can kind of see what they had going on and everything. So we're going to go through that, guys, right now, what you hear and see what's happening. So. Man, I'm sorry. I'm drinking some coffee today, so went down the wrong way. All right, so we got right here, we got the Ghost-Galleon update. So we're going to check out the little video first, and then we're going to go over some of the stuff that they've actually added to the game. And then and probably give you guys some gameplay on what these updates are like and all. So let's watch this little video and see what's happening with the updates. This game is just beast, man. It's just hardcore. All right, so they've like I said, I've already had a chance to check out some of the stuff. So right there, they say they got starting classes and everything like that. So they say right here that the class is different starting in gear, but choose whichever class you want to role play as or whichever looks best to you. However, if you're a new player, we do not recommend the penitent class. Or the penitent class. This class is designed for veteran players who want the hardest challenge and the full experience of restoring your gear and powers from almost zero. Now, to comment on this, this is a huge new feature that they put into the game. And if you guys remember some of the first gameplay that I did, there was no classes at all. You started off at level 1 at 0 that way. So I'm used to playing that way, and it's going to be interesting to start a new, fresh one. Now they said that the saves are also a good thing. So I still have the save from the last one. So that bowls over, and I tried to summon that and everything, and it's pretty awesome. Okay, so we got starting classes. They said right here you can continue and start fresh. So we've added profiles to the game, so you can do both. But we do recommend starting a new profile, playing the game from scratch. It's familiar, but yet different in experience compared to vanilla Witchfire early access. New systems, new paths of progress, new gameplay loops, and stuff like that. So right here to talk about the old saves. What if my old saves do not work? We've tested games on many old saves, and they should all be working just fine. That's it. If something did wrong, they did not touch the save, and just let us know in Discord, and they'll try to help you out with it right there and everything. Okay. So these are 2 new enemies right here. I've already encountered these guys in my short run-throughs and everything. These guys at the level they are pretty easy and everything like that, man. So yeah, man. Oh man, that's just beautiful. Okay, possible performance drops. So we're going to be opening up about this. Ghost-Galleon is a big update that added many new things into the game. Witchfire is a little fatter now. You may have experienced some slight decreases in frame rate. It's still a well-optimized game, just heavier than it was before. If you feel the difference, and not everyone might tweak the settings. For example, balance or even performance DLSS settings is almost identical to the quality one. And that's for guys on console. And then you can test your various upscaling solutions and graphics options on your PC for your PC guys and everything. All right. One of the first things they said that we focus on in the next days and weeks will be optimizing as well as everything, so we can go back where we were with vanilla Witchfire early access or better, because the game how it runs. Now I did experience some slowdown, and it was some slowdown in the game in certain parts of the Heratorium. But particularly when you, like, if you're panning across quickly, you can get some stutter there in some areas like that. But I really haven't experienced any kind of like huge like drops in performance that I've seen. Okay, noticeable. So leveling up Gnosis. Remember Bloodborne, you kill a boss and the moon enters a new phase. New things open up to you and harder enemies start to patrol the areas. So Gnosis is similar. After proving your worth, you can choose to level up Gnosis, which makes new things open up to you, but harder enemies will patrol those areas. If you're a veteran player, you might see the possibility of maxing out your current Gnosis simply because you've played a lot of Witchfire before, killed the boss, etc. We recommend not doing that. Going one level up and then go on the expedition first to see if you're ready for more. Okay. Man, look at that. That game is just awesome, man. And that's it for now for this little short update. So what I'm gonna do a quick run through here of some details about what these guys have been doing with the actual things that they just covered right now. So right here, this feature right here, I think is a absolute awesome update for the game because of the way it is designed. So the new feature is called Gnosis, and it's detached difficulty from the player level. What this does is, so before I go any further, before in the game, what will happen is that you will get extremely nervous as you try to extract in and out of the game, trying to get up your Witchfire, build up your stats, build up your weapons, stats and everything like that. Because as you got stronger, as you leveled up in the game, these guys got vicious, and I'm telling you right now, man, they got to the point where you couldn't. It would be difficult to even get through certain those small areas that you would have blew through in the earlier at your lower levels. You would have got through much easier. It just got harder and harder and harder. And then the calamity system in there was just really wild. So right here, this actually helps with some less stress in the game, because it's already stressful because of the high pace and the tension and stuff that's going on. But this helps out. So right now what it does is it detaches difficulty from the player level. So Gnosis is a new system that changes the way we've added new stuff to already known environments. So early access launch, the game had its difficulty tied to the player level, which kind of backfired and turned the game meta into being about how not to ascend your character. And that's exactly what I was just saying. This is now hopefully fixed as the difficulty is driven by Gnosis and not the player's ascension level. Now they got a new study area in here called in the Heratorium. This is where you can raise your knowledge of Gnosis, the dark arts. Studying the witch magic has its benefits and downsides. So you get bigger Witchfire game multipliers applied on successful extractions. They've adjusted essential levels and costs that reflect that. So if you feel that ascensions are maybe getting too expensive or there's not enough work, not enough much to unlock in the other sanctions, then you need to up your Gnosis level. Access to things that require a deeper understanding of witchcraft, like gear, enchanted with high-level witch magic, occult events, or locations blocked by powerful spells. New, more challenging and dangerous enemies and traps. The witches scale of your growing powers and adjust accordingly. Now, we'll touch on that because that was also tied to the calamity in the earlier part of the game. So, got 4 Gnosis levels you can unlock for now. Note that Gnosis has unique objectives that do not consume your resources, so you don't have to worry about picking between research or ascensions or new content. It's just remember to level up Gnosis first, and sometimes there are objectives that require you have a certain amount of volatile Witchfire on you. Okay, yeah, so it depends on what the requirements are for that particular Gnosis level. So right here is the calamities. The calamities is a feature in the game where if you made a lot of mistakes in the game, or you picked up certain things that had a high curse risk on them, and if you started really knocking these guys down like pretty efficiently, you can get into a nice little groove and flow in here if you really when you get going. That would trigger a calamity on you. So keystone events and calamity bar. So calamities are no longer random. Instead of being possible on every keystone event, the mistakes the players make, like triggering a trap or that damages them, keystone events now modify the calamity bar. Some actions make the witch charge her powers a little bit. Others will make her focus on you completely. This change in general allows the player to track when the next calamity is going to happen and prepare for it. Added a new calamity widget, which displays the current calamity threat level and updates every mistake the player makes. It makes the whole system more predictable. So yeah, that helps out. So moreover, when the calamity starts, a new widget will show you exactly what you have to do in order to stop the calamity. So you got to either destroy the calamity catalyst or wait and fight the calamity. And this one, the calamities, man, used to be events. They scared the hell out of me. I was gonna be straight up, man. These guys come all over the map on you, man. They everywhere, and you can hide, but the problem with hiding is that you can't. Okay, because once you start hiding, it's attached to a sanity level, and if your sanity goes down all the way down, then you die. So you got one or two things to do. You got to go through the calamity, or you got to find the source of the calamity and destroy that. Okay, that's how it normally is. So calamity is no longer visible on the mini map, making looking for the source a bit of a spatial puzzle. It also changes the dynamics where it was way also easier to look for it and destroy instead of fighting the calamity. Okay, our kill requirements have been lowered in every calamity to make them feel snappier, and some were totally dragging out the gameplay experience. So new calamities are. With this update, we're also introducing 3 new calamities. Existing calamities were updated and improved. For example, the calamity during which you fight with the time slowed and you have a sliver of health now properly slows down all enemy projectiles. You got this guy in there called the Collector. He's unlockable in the Heratorium at Gnosis level 1. The Silent Vendor offers you a variety or various remedies and equipment that can help you on your expedition. Also, as you raise your Gnosis level, new powerful items will become available for purchase. Okay, got new features like mirages. These are a total of 4 new tiny areas sealed away by the witch. With the right level of Gnosis and some Witchfire, you can try to pry them open permanently, or just keep your eyes open for whatever valuables are inside. And some of them are quite powerful. So, new feature. It's called the Witch Vaults. 2 new hidden dangerous areas that have been added to the game. One on each map. While most of Witchfire makes heavy use of procedural generation when it comes to composition of enemy forces and placement of traps and stuff like that, the Witch Vaults are custom handmade, designed to provide a real challenge even for the most experienced and well-equipped players. All right, so that's the Witch's Vault, and don't expect to complete them on your first try. Of course, they're going to be extremely busting your balls. Of course it is. All right, so right here is these is a huge update right here too. Another one is called the player classes. Now, as I stated before, the classes, there were no classes before. It was just you as the penitent. Okay, prayer, where you started off at level 1. Okay, so now they got some other different stuff here in this new one. So the new update. So to support the player fantasy, personality, and play style, we've added 6 starting classes to the game. Ultimately, you can earn the gear that a certain class has and the other does not. So the choice only affects the opening hours. So you got one class, which is Penitent, is designed for veteran players who want more of a challenge in a new playthrough. It's not recommended for new players. The first hours would be nothing but pain and and he's correct. Okay, it's like that. It's like that no matter where you start off. It's just pain and misery. Period. Okay. Class selection allows to fully examine the starting stats and gear before making the final decision. So you got profiles now. You got up to 12 different profiles. It's not like Dragon's Dogma and stuff like that where you only got like one slot. This one you got 12 different slots. So you can actually play all the classes if you want to, and kind of move around the map. And you might get further in one map, stuff like that, depending on how you got it going on. And you can still get these weapons and everything. If no matter what class you start, you can get all the weapons and all the spells and relics and all that stuff you need. So, all right, so you can now do that completely free of charge. UI, we added a screen will let you change profiles, delete the old one, start a new game. Please note that it's only accessible from the main menu. Blah 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 blah, stuff like that. These got new lower entries. Redesign features of elemental statuses and resistance, flexible elemental status damage, and stuff like that. And it would basically state right here that that the elemental effects are somewhat there, but almost useless to kind of see because it's so fast paced. Depending on how many enemies you got attacking you, how many guys on your ass. Straight up, man. You and the mini map is there. It is very helpful, but you'll forget it. Particularly sometimes when you're in a fight, and it can help you because you have guys can run up behind you and you won't even see them. I've had this happen to me on a couple of times, and the mini map, you want to try to use that to your advantage. Okay. Abuse resistance. Another problem we found with our current elemental status systems that allow players to dominate some enemies that were meant to be really intimidating or way too easily with correct loadouts and arcana combos. We didn't want to make them immune to even the most powerful status effects. Fighting the most powerful enemies is when you can enjoy the most powerful tools and everything like that, like the damn grenades. Okay. Okay, so this would let us give enemies a growing resistance to stun effects if they are applied in a short period of time. Freezing a major enemy or familiar multiple times in short successions will result with shorter and shorter freezes to the point where they will become immune to that particular status effect until the resistance wears off. Wow, that's definitely Souls-like. Okay, that's the term that everybody's using. So we feel this will also make sense from the lore and the world building point of view. One would expect a giant demonic beast to be more resistant to damage, including exactly. Okay, and I understand what they're saying too here. They're trying to make the game feel more realistic in this fantasy setting by having the witch and the familiars and everything in those areas as you go through the areas, killing the henchmen and stuff like that, and collecting gear and stuff like that. That they will respond accordingly. Okay, so they got select gameplay improvements like gold. Gold was always meant to be more valuable loot, and like I said, and the goal in the first one was not. You only used it pretty much for upgrading gear. Speeding up your research. So it says right here, gold was always meant to be more valuable loot, keeping the tensions high when it came to successfully extracting from the level. But its relative scarcity, along with limited use, meant it was a non-factor in many runs. So in this update, not only do gold sources become more plentiful, with most optional events guaranteeing cursed treasure rewards, but it's also have been massively expanded to, in addition to quickening research, you can also use it to buy collector wares, and you needed to pay gold to start certain research projects and everything like that, depending on what level it is and stuff like that. Some of the most time-consuming projects now complete much faster, but come with a hefty gold price point. This means that you need to carefully think where you spend your hard-earned coins and make extracting with full bags more exciting. So incantations have been changed to where you earn incantations catalysts necessary to upgrade all gear. While you can still research them in the Vatican workshop, they come with a very steep price. The best way to acquire them is during expeditions, and now they are rewarded from, So that's a great design option right there, man. I really like that. I think that is awesome And instead of maybe locking behind a paywall or some crap like that, like they're doing now. But that's awesome. Demonic ammo reserves. Player now starts each exposition with a single demonic ammo round. Okay, which is awesome. Okay, and demonic weapons, especially weapons that you gotta get researched on. Luck. Player luck now affects many more stuff like things like perks, loot, and events. Immediately changes, charges melee attacks, clear difficulty tiers, new features, dynamic gameplay events, and stuff like that, man. So then they got new features like dynamic gameplay events like map wide roaming enemies. The count on roster grows in power with time, which also usually grants them some agency. Some might choose to guard your remains, and some might defend the portals, and others will try to hunt you down. And yeah, it's also they also drop a small amount of ammo. So if you're skillful enough, you might come out of the encounter with it. Yeah. Now, man, the game is really it's so enjoying to shoot these guys and fight them. Now, I will say that the way the game is designed at the FPS level, the way it is and everything, it can be quite hectic. And I'm pretty sure guys with ultra wide monitors might not have this particular issue, but you can get surrounded and taken down pretty quickly because you can't see, what's directly in front of you based off of the FPS perspective. And I know some FPSs have a different field of view, so you can see a little more. But this one is it's tight. You got to really watch what you're doing, man, and everything. So you want to, but like the way they got it now, you don't necessarily have to find ammo chests all the damn time in order to refill your ammo. And I'm telling you right now, you play this game, and you can get into a situation where if you'll start killing enemies, and what the witch will do, she'll summon more. Particularly if you're doing a good job and you knocking these guys out, she'll summon some more right in that area, and they'll surround you, and you either gotta try to get through those guys, and you can run out of ammo pretty quickly if you're not really paying attention to what's going on. Okay, so but there's other ways that they got things to help you with that. New ammo economy and things like that. With Roman enemies and the vendor we added, we've changed the ammo economy in the game to make it more fluid and less chest based. That way the ammo chest count per level went from 3 to 2. Improved features like distinction between locations. Previously, 2 current locations in the game, Scarlet Coast and Iron Gate Castle, shared most enemy types, traps, and events. Now, almost all enemy traps and events are assigned to specific locations. Provides for better gameplay and variety between locations and stuff like that. So yeah, man. So they've added a huge amount of stuff like that. Okay. What else? What they got here? Improved onboarding. Difficulty is now capped per map. So whatever the Gnosis level of that you have is going to be the difficulty of that map. Unique enemy rosters per map. So when you level up your Gnosis, difficulty changes per map, but to the point. This allows us to stop difficulty progression at a certain level on a given map. Okay. Some enemies are now exclusive to the coast, while others are exclusive to the castle. All right. That's good. Okay. Target practice. Woodsman, arguably the easiest mobile enemies, are uniquely more common to allow Gnosis at low Gnosis, making it for easier to get the hang of your weapon and abilities and stuff like that. Better enemy introductions. Enemies that spawn into combat arenas are now dependent on the arena tier. For example, early game grenadiers can spawn only the tier 3 arena, the horned skull on the map. As you progress, they will potentially appear on tier 2 and tier 1 arenas as well. So we got fair traps. Only fatally triggered traps can activate a calamity now. Okay, so this greatly reduces the amount of instances where you're punished for doing the right thing. Yes, you can safely shoot mines now. So yeah. Before, all that stuff would just increase that, man. So yeah. Extra enemy marks for additional clarity. For example, the last enemy from an arena or a calamity, defender enemies have a unique, distinct marker above their heads to help with prioritization of targets. Okay. And that's pretty much it. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much some UI updates, some small stuff that they usually do, objective widgets, a new start screen, stuff like this. All this, it's just weapons. They got a bunch of stuff. We're not going to go through everything here, but I want to give a quick rundown. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll go through, go some of the weapons here. So we got new weapons like the Ricochet, precise and powerful assault rifle meant for crowd control. The Hangfire is a powerful hand cannon, delivers explosive payload to your target. Hypnosis is a high caliber bolt action rifle with incredible damage potential. Psycho Pump is a shotgun, a shotgun that was singing in the hands of the bold and fearless prayers. Fallen stars, a grenade launcher to rain fiery death. Oh man, yeah. Then you got changes to existing weapons and stuff like this. We'll go through that one right now, but we'll come down to the enemies. So the new enemies are the woodsmen, remains of elder villagers brought back to life by the witch by fusing them with overgrowth of their corpses. Mercenaries. Yeah, I ran across these guys here. Once trapsters and bandits pillaging the Scarlet Coast, today's minions of the witch. Some warriors, the ghosts, some warriors simply perish when they encounter the witch. Her magic trapped the spirits inside these hollow grounds. Holy sisters of the covenant defiled by the first order, then again by the witch, the devotee. Yeah, I've seen these guys. In their lifetime, they did everything to be seen as true believers, but their true nature was never hidden from the witch's sight. She only had to reawaken what was already there. Yeah, she took control. Mace men, warrior priests, redesigned enemies. The Screecher, this enemy had appeared in the launch version as Lavra with minions fixed, is now fully reintroduced to the game. Okay, many bosses, the drowned captain. I've ran across this guy. Okay. And then the Fallen Liberator. Haven't ran across that one yet. So spells. Look, man, they've just I'm not gonna go through all of it, guys. Anyway, so this is a lot of different things they have right here, man. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna be playing this, and I'm gonna start playing this a little more, trying to get as far through it as I possibly can, because this game is absolutely difficult, man. I've not used to a lot of Souls, like as people like to call them, type games, so and stuff like that. So I think I'm pretty good at games overall, but the Souls likes can be quite challenged. But we're gonna see how we do. So thank you guys for joining, man. So if you guys want to go check out this update, I suggest you guys pick up the game, man. I know a lot of guys on like Epic Game Store and stuff like that. You got a lot of this stuff on Steam, but I think you guys should give this game a try and really support these guys. They are talking about releasing it on other platforms right now, but they seem to be pretty happy with Epic Game Store. And like I said, I know people got some issues with Epic. I do as well. Okay, I got most of my library on Steam as well. But when I see a game on Epic that I think is worth it, I will try it out. You know what I'm saying? Like Sifu or stuff like that. You know, I try to support them a little bit and see what's going on there. So yeah, so you guys go ahead, man, and check out the website, TheAstronaauts. .com, and then go check out those guys on Twitter and everything, and then check the game out, man, and y'all guys have some fun with it. So until next time, we'll catch you guys on the flip side. Peace out.